This leads us to our first topic: physical versus digital. Don't mind the popping going on from the pop rocks that Victor just got awarded from picking the right answer. Are you team physical / digital?
Oh man,
I am team physical all the way.
That's what Haley told me.
I just feel like, and I'm sure there will be some arguments about this in the comments. Yeah, that's the point of the show. Is just cause arguments. Yeah. No, I've just seen too many digital things either disappear off stores or there's licensing issues. Scott Pilgrim, Alan Wake, which is back, but both of them are back. So fair enough, they're back.
You don't really have to think about it. I'm just
there has been other ones.
Yeah.
There was an issue just like a couple months ago where there was games that literally just went off of people's consoles and disappeared, and they couldn't download them anymore. I just think having the physical copy, you can have it forever as long as you take care of it.
Unless you break it or your kid steps on it.
But there's no reason that shouldn't always work as long as you have a working console. And the disc.
I am team physical copy all the way. I don't get me wrong. I appreciate that digital is an option because I get it. We're in a digital world where like all things convenience, right? But there's sometimes and this even extends beyond gaming for me. Like, let me tell you a story. I wanted to go buy some headphones. You were with me, so you'll remember this. I drove to Best Buy and I was like, I'm gonna go get some headphones. They had 0 headphones in stock, and they were like, hey, we can get that online for you. And I'm like, the whole purpose of your store is so that I could come here right now and get the physical thing in my hand and go home. Otherwise, I'll just get it off Amazon. And I feel like sometimes I thank you for the convenience, but like I want it in my hand. And with gaming, it's even more different than that story. Obviously, I want the copy in my hand. Sometimes even more so for like you've got special editions and these awesome boxes and all these different things, and it's like it's so fun to have these itemized things that remind us of why we love gaming in our physical hands.
Yeah.
So, I'm team physical, but we are going to dive into digital here in a second because now we have some counter arguments for sure. But the reason I'm team physical is one, yes, just having it in your hand, you're like, I got it on your shelf, you get to keep it. But beyond that, it's actually having something of worth. I have games. That's my biggest takeaway.
Yeah.
You'll never be able to sell those digitals.
Well,
I have games that are now worth $400 and beyond. Just sold one for $1,600. And my point is, you have now made money on some of those things.
That's true.
So it's just you're actually having something of value. That's my biggest thing. But here's the counter argument that we're running into. I am now finding out I've reached over at my Switch in bed. And I'm like, I want to play this game. It's not in my sleeve. And then I just go, sit it down, and decide to turn on TV. I would have just played a game if it was loaded on there already. Instead, I ended up not playing it.
It's called laziness, too.
It is called laziness. That's what it comes down to. We should just call it physical versus laziness. That's really what this topic should be.
No,
wait,
but
where's my sleeve? Over there? Oh,
yeah.
No, but to that extent, I was actually thinking about this.
We're losing the games.
Yes, if you lose the games, that's
They're
a
small,
problem.
especially the Switch.
But also think about remote play type stuff. I mean, we've done a ton of videos on remote play on this channel, and the Game Pass, like Xbox Game Pass, has been great for that.
Yeah.
And PlayStation's been pretty good too, especially with some of their new game streaming. And if you have the game on your console, that's great. But if you have the physical game, and you're out of town, and it was like, hey, I want to play this game, and you don't have that game in your console, you cannot remote play it.
Yeah.
You could only do that if you had the digital version. So there is pros and cons to both.
Yeah. Physical versus laziness / inconvenience.
Yeah.
I think the issue for me is present day versus future.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, digital's great, but 5 years down the road, you know what I mean? It's like you're gonna want that physical copy for reasons like we were just talking about, like value and going to get it, and if they remove it from the shop and all these things, then it's like, I think that's only a right now in the moment fix. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah.
I mean, think about the PlayStation. We don't even have to talk about PlayStation 2. Think about the Wii U store and the 3DS that just closed yesterday. you're not going to be able to get any more games digitally. And if you have, the only way to play it is if you've already downloaded it, or if you have the cartridge itself. So if you have that cartridge, you can play that forever. Yep. And most Wii U most Wii U and 3DS games weren't online only based, so they're still gonna work forever as long as your console still works.
Speaking of, do you know what console, we just looked this up, was the first console ever to offer a digital game?
Which this
We're
surprised me.
We're going to give you a second to think about this. What do you think was the first
Throw it
console?
down in the comments. We'll wait.
Hold on, before
Pause the video, throw it down in the comments.
you guys, before we even tell them, what did you think?
Oh, gosh.
I thought it might be
I was going to say the Dreamcast or something.
Yeah, I thought maybe the Dreamcast.
I was thinking PS2.
PS2 era or GameCube, but I knew GameCube did. But
that would make sense because PS2 had Final Fantasy XI, which was an online game, so that would make sense that there was some.
Right.
But either way,
we digress.
Anyway, yeah.
Here's the answer.
So the answer is Intellivision in 1981 to 83.
We were way off.
Yeah. The Intellivision had the play cable. Intellivision was the first this is from CNET.com. It says Intellivision was the first home console to let users download games via a coaxial cable line.
I bet it was fast.
Subscribers rented a special cartridge that hooked up to the local cable and will be able to download single games that could be played until the users decided to download new titles. 1981.
I bet it worked flawlessly.
Insane.
Dude, I'm telling you, stuff for back in the day, we forget how groundbreaking old school consoles were.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
That's a good topic for another time as well. We're going to be discussing if Nintendo